A new beginning. The Warriors face an uncertain future. Oakland, CA. Just a 2-minute rest. He'll be ready. That's what Thursday night, back when everything still seemed possible for the Warriors. Moments earlier, after crashing to the floor and being helped off, Thompson had emerged from the tunnel, hopped up and down, and sunk 2 free throws, giving Golden State an 85-80 lead with 14 minutes until Game 7. Inside Oracle, in that moment, and the heartbreaking, before the full weight of the week's events had time to settle, the old magic remained. So did the dynasty. 18 hours later, when Steve Kerr and Bob Myers emerged from the Warriors' offices at the practice facility in Oakland on Friday afternoon to address the media, walking across the court, stone-faced, much had changed. Myers sat on a "Remember the events of November? It feels like the team went into crisis management mode. It's something the coach." Despite Green's optimism, the chemistry never returned, not in full. Still, only the Raptors than the 2018 skeleton version of the Cavs. Deep. Only it didn't. Instead, the worst-case scenario had come to pass. Or so they thought. Game 6 arrived. 10 minutes before. "I am not allowed to say what we're going to do," he said about re-signing Klay Thompson. "I will just say, as for Durant," Lacob equivocated when asked whether he'd hesitate to offer the maximum 5-year deal. "I'd be lying." Finally, he addressed idea of the end of an era. "I know he was right, of course. Just not the way." Had the Warriors won, the plan was for Curry to address the crowd at Oracle. Thank them for all. Instead, Curry's final shot was off the mark. Stunned fans at Oracle, and the final night in the building, each in his own way. Curry thanking staff and snapping photos, Green projecting confidence we'll be back. Meanwhile, finally, Kerr drove home, where he ended up on his couch, the TV on and his dog next to him. The dog fell asleep. Finally, around 2:30, he drifted off. The reality the Warriors woke to Friday morning was unlike any the team has faced in the Kerr era. By mid-morning, as Kerr and Myers conducted exit interviews at the practice facility in Oakland, a flood of news and takes swamped social media. The Warriors will off. Realistically, Golden State's options are limited. DeMarcus Cousins, those answers can only come with time. Repeatedly when Myers finished, Kerr took his place, echoing many of the same notes. "It's hard to even." Granted, this is the kind of thing lots of coaches say after a tough loss. The old moral victory. Meanwhile, nationally, the Warriors morphed into the equivalent of an especially since Durant's arrival. Curry in particular. These finals may have changed that, surreal and improbable as they were among all the other craziness. Can you remember the last time there was one catastrophic injury to a star in the finals, let alone 2 in back-to-back games? They gave us a glimpse. Is this what it takes to change an image? It's an unfair bar. Maybe that goes for the Warriors, too. They now face now, for better or worse, the Warriors have no choice but to find out. Related slideshow, the 2019 NBA Finals provided by Imane.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot bar. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.